Well, it's day one at World Ag Expo, and we're out in front of the Dairy Profit Seminars tent where they're expecting nearly 100,000 attendees over the next 3 days here at World Ag Expo. And the theme was the Super Bowl, another big event that just happened when we visited the Dairy Management Incorporated booth. Here at World Ag Expo, as we are at the Dairy Management Incorporated booth, your dairy checkoff works. And Paula, what a Super Bowl we had.
We did. We were just thrilled. Dairy farmers are working, as you know, with the NFL, and I had a chance to talk with Secretary Vilsack and meet Roger Goodell in the MOU and the understanding that what is good for dairy is good for kids. The Secretary believes that, Roger Goodell believes that, all 32 teams of the NFL are in sync. What's better for kids to fight childhood obesity but great nutrition, dairy being a big part of that, and working with the NFL, the star power of what the NFL has to offer with their 60 minutes of exercise a day. It's a win-win for America's children.
So the 60 is the 60 minutes of exercise. We see the Fuel Up to Play 60, and that's from the National Dairy Council.
Absolutely. You have to fuel up before you play. So that's what, and chocolate milk is a great refuel drink.
We saw Reggie Bush, a full-page ad from the New Orleans Saints, the Super Bowl champ, the day after the Super Bowl with the Fuel Up to Play 60 ad. So the word is out there.
Absolutely it is. And every one of the NFL players are for the Fuel Up.
Fuel Up to Play 60!
Another highlight at World Ag Expo is the top 10 new products. We visited that tent earlier today. MagSwitch, that's one of the top 10 new products at World Ag Expo. First off, congratulations.
Thank you. We're absolutely thrilled to have the honor.
Let's walk through a little bit of what MagSwitch is all about. Can you share with us, like for instance, you were just showing us this. What's this all about?
I sure can. Using the mag squares because they're a great representation of our new technology. It is patented. There's nobody else in the world who can do it. We figured out a way to make two magnets work together. Either they cancel each other out or they make each other stronger. When you turn them on, all you're doing is turning the top magnet on top of the bottom. That's it. There's no batteries, no electricity. They should never wear out. They should never lose their power. When you do that, the entire housing becomes a magnet. And then when you turn them back off, the entire housing is no longer a magnet. Literally, the magnets become as if there were batteries powering the housing. So I can hold on three sides. Anytime you see that a big arch, you're going to have holding power. And hold extremely strongly to the bottom, but also very powerfully to the sides. And I can do things for the guy who's doing welding, for the guy who's doing repairs. He can now work by himself when it used to take 2 or 3 people to hold the metal still while he gets a chance to weld it.
How much kind of weight are we talking holding for something like that size?
This is a great example. It's one of our most popular products. We call it the 50 millimeter square because the magnets are 50 millimeters in diameter. This will hold about 600 pounds of breakaway strength. It's got phenomenal power. Simply turn the magnet on. Now bring your heavy piece of steel in place, like this giant 6x6. Hold it right where it needs to go. It'll hold it there forever while you get a chance to get everything aligned, everything adjusted, give it a couple tack welds, move the magnet away, finish the job. This is 2 people on a straight edge holding it in place while you get a chance to weld it. I'm just letting you do it by yourself, and it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get the job done. It'll still be there holding it when you get back to it.
Dairy Credit Center was packed today at World Ag Expo here on day one. We had a chance to visit the Western Dairy Business Magazine booth. We're with Russ Beckman from Western Dairy Business Magazine. Hello, Russ. Welcome to
How are you?
World Ag Expo.
Hey, thank you, and welcome yourself.
So you were here at the Western Dairy Business booth. What goes on here?
This particular booth is probably one of the busiest booths in the entire show because everybody comes in here, wants our magazines, has to have our magazines, and they get to meet the illustrious, the beautiful Miss Ellie and get their magazines taken care of.
For those that don't know, this is the latest cover of Western Dairy Business Magazine, and along with it, the National Dairy Perspectives. There's an article on manure management. We have a section of Southwest Dairy Business. Opportunity, if you haven't been here to World Ag Expo in the next couple of days, stop on by the Dairy Business booth, sign up for a magazine.
And also make sure that you get over into the double wides and take part in the Dairy Profit Seminars.
Well, they told me I could find the latest milk price in there, but I think I'll go over to the Western Dairy Business Profit Dairy Business Seminars and check out the Supply Management Seminar.
But with $20 milk, we really didn't care about growth management or any kind of supply management or any kind of controls of any kind. We just want to produce as much milk as we could and make what we could. And we did. And now here we are.
The problem, when New Zealand and Australia came back online and our exports diminished somewhat, that freight train was going. And could we stop it? Yeah, if we have a program similar to this. But we had no individual signal to cut back. And we continue to produce. And look where you're at. The bank owns you.
Directly outside the dairy pavilion, we spoke with Larry Stallard from Octrition. Stallard with Mix 30, that's the name?
Yeah, that's a liquid feed that we manufacture. Now, the vitamins that we were talking about earlier is a vitamin concept called Octrition. And what we do is that this is a computer system here, and what we do is we inject trace minerals and vitamins into the drinking water of the dairy cows. It is a very water-soluble type product, and what we think is really key, especially like in the San Joaquin Valley and other areas that have hot weather in the summertime. As you well know, the animals will cut back on their consumption of feed in the summertime, thereby cutting back the vitamins and minerals. With our program, the cows will always drink. Even in the hot weather, they're obviously thirsty and will drink. And what we do here is we computerize the amount of vitamins and trace minerals that go into the water, and the animals consume that, and they get their nutrition by doing that. I want to mention on Octrition that I think is going to be very important in the future. Right now, there's a lot of emphasis on the excesses of minerals, okay, that go through the animal and then onto the soil, and there's a concern in a lot of university work. The nice thing about Mix 30 is it's very absorbable in the animal, and there's very little residue of the excess minerals that go back on the soil through defecation and the urine and so on.
Next, we stopped at Silo Stop and Keith Bolson, a ag forage specialist at Kansas State University. We're with Keith Bolson, and he is with Connor Marketing, Silo Stop, Oxygen Barrier, but that's not really your job, is it, Keith?
No, my job is, I think, going around the U.S. helping dairy producers and feedlot people with their silage program. Here, we're supporting the Silo Stop effort at the show. Silo Stop is an oxygen barrier film that came to the U.S. in 2003 to protect the surface of our bunkers and piles from oxygen and basically remove completely the surface spoilage that a lot of people have to contend with.
Why is it so important to remove those?
Well, if you look at our corn silage industry in the U.S., the last 2 years we've put up about 112 million tons of corn silage in the U.S. If 82 to 84% of that is in bunkers and piles, then the average depth of a bunker pile is 13 or 14 feet. We've got about 15 to 18 million tons of silage annually that's within the top 3 feet. It's within very close proximity to air, and so this oxygen barrier film allows us to cut the losses in that outer 3 feet by 50 to 75% over the traditional methods of sealing bunkers and piles.
Thanks for tuning in today to Dairy Business TV, Day 1 at World Ag Expo in Tulare. We'll see you tomorrow.